and welcome to another live episode of Marketplace Masters, brought to you by Merchant Spring, the leading marketplace analytics platform for Amazon agencies and vendors. Marketplace Masters strives to go deeper into the challenges that vendors and agencies face to lift e-commerce and marketplace performance via really practical actions and insights. I'm your host, Paul Sonneveld, and today we're going to explore how video content impacts performance in the world of Amazon. To help us do this, I've invited Justin Willite to join us and share his expertise and perspectives. Let me introduce him to you. Justin is the owner of Consumer Quest, which specializes in helping businesses increase their Amazon sales through engaging and shoppable video content. They create user-generated content to highlight product features, thereby increasing rankings, sales, and conversion. He's a seasoned video content creator with over 7 years of experience, and he specializes in communicating with consumers through various video formats, including live streams, short content, and product reviews. So I think that means for me, no pressure in terms of producing this show today. I definitely feel like the least experienced here, but great to have you on today's episode, Justin.
I'm excited to be here.
We've done a number of topics in terms of content optimization, bullet points, titles, images. We've done a lot of in that space, but we've never really touched on this particular topic, video. And maybe it's really good just to start with, what is video on Amazon? I always think of it, it's just the unboxing video right at the bottom of the image carousel, but I suspect there's a lot more to it. So maybe paint a picture for us.
Yeah. So video is, and we've been seeing it lately, especially over the last couple of years. Amazon's been putting a ton of emphasis on video in particular, but video shows up in a lot of different places. You've got obviously the video you're referring to is the video that's in the carousel. Typically that is, a produced style video and like a cool 3D rendering of an ear, the earbuds or headphones, or a brand created short tutorial video. It's something that's designed to kind of hook people, right? Which is the one that's up front. Now what we're seeing is this new with the A+ content, that whole concept. Now we're starting to see video show up kind of in the middle of your Amazon listings. And then we have the area that I kind of specialize and focus on is the videos for this product section, which is towards the bottom, kind of just in that review, the review area of your listings. And that's where you're going to find videos of this product. And then you're also going to find videos for related products in that area as well. And so those are the three types of places that you find it most commonly. Amazon also has their Amazon Live product. And then they also have a new product that they just recently launched, which is called the Amazon Inspire feed, which is that vertical format, TikTok style, short clips. And so when you look at it, when you take all of that video real estate that they're putting on their site, it's just a really good indication of the emphasis that Amazon is putting on video. And I mean, as we know, social media, TikTok and Instagram and YouTube, and it's constantly growing. It's trending up. And so the shopping platforms are obviously on board, and Amazon, in my opinion, is one of the ones that's absolutely leading the way with video.
So if you had to guess, I mean, if you think about the real estate, on Amazon's, on a product page, let's take a product page, what percentage nowadays would you say is taken up by video? And I think it probably varies by category and page, but
it does. And well, that's the interesting thing about video as well, is because video itself, when you think about real estate, you can put so much more messaging into video than you can images and text. And so that's, I think, where they're getting most of their value from this. And from that perspective is, I mean, realistically, on a real estate value, when you look at the carousel of images, right, you've got 6 images and one of them is a video. So you've got a really small percentage there. The video bar is relegated to, just a slim little bar, but it's a carousel. So there's a lot of video crammed in this one little segment. And then when you look in the A+ content, you'll see, there's one strip that's in the middle as well. So on a real estate basis, it's small. It's definitely grown, right? So in comparison to what it was 3 years ago, there's much more real estate. But what you can fit in a video is infinitely more than you can almost even put on an entire listing page when it comes to information. And so I think that's where it's a very compact space, but it packs a huge amount of information.
Right, right.
Yeah.
So talk to us a little bit more about the different formats and the role that they can play for a seller, for a brand owner, or even for a vendor.
Yeah, absolutely. So you have we'll kind of start with the top, the image carousel, right? So that's a place obviously where that's going to be one of the first videos that is going to be introduced to your potential customer, right? And so that is going to be the one that's designed to really hook people, right? So you want to, that's where you'll see those, like I said, the 3D rendering of a speaker exploding into all of its parts, and 360 and all these cool effects and water splashing on it because it's waterproof. And those are the things that you want to kind of say, okay, here's a quick highlight reel and look how cool this speaker is, right? That's going to draw people in. So that's kind of your hook. Then you're going to get down. Now, if you have a listing that has the A+ content, from what I've seen across Amazon, it's a very small subset of listing pages that have the A+ content, but it's growing. That is another space in there where now you're trying to get them excited about the product once again. So you've hooked them, they're going down the page, they're getting more excited about the product. Then they're gonna end up towards the bottom of the page. And this is where you get into the videos for this product and videos for related products. And in my opinion, that content in there is really where you can start to build a brand's trust, right? So up until that point, everything that the potential shopper, the person shopping for this product has seen is designed to make them buy this product, right? It's like here's this cool image and here's this cool text and look at all these things you can do, buy this thing. This is what you want. This is what you need. But then you get down to the bar for, where there's more social and, peer group validation here. And this is where this is not a video that's going to be, heavy on sales. I'm not going to be throwing at you saying these are the best products. This is the best earbuds. These are the best, this is the best toilet paper you can buy. This is going to be very informational. This is what you get in the box. This is what it looks like. Look, it comes with a manual, all these extra accessories. It's very instructional, very, it's designed to kind of build, again, that brand trust. So now they think they want it. This is going to help them decide if they're actually going to buy it. And that's kind of what that bar is designed to do.
And just to clarify, that is all user-generated content.
Typically, yes. Now, you will still see, in most cases, you'll see the video that the brand created at the very top, also down here in that video bar. Sometimes, depending on which videos are performing the best, if it's a very popular product and there's a lot of video, the brand's videos will get pushed off the carousel or pushed really far down just because they want to show the most impactful content up front in this bar. And that's one of the things about this space as well. It's the only place that there's a competitiveness in content. So whatever content is providing the most value, and in my opinion, probably likely converting the most sales, is going to get the most visibility in that bar. So it's a very algorithm driven bar, as opposed to the video up in the carousel. You select it as the brand and it just lives there, right?
Yeah. I'd love to go a little bit deeper into that, but maybe let's just go into a slightly different topic here, which is, at the end of the day, this is all nice, but we care about sales and ideally the reimbursements from Amazon into our bank account, right? So we're talking about conversion and all of that. How do you think about driving conversion for a brand? I know you've touched on various things, but maybe just talk us through an example in terms of, what would you consider to be best in class for, feel free to pick a particular category. Might be different strategies there, but how do you leverage video to specifically increase conversion?
Yeah, definitely. And so, I mean, I think there's a lot involved when you're talking about video, both on platform and off platform, to be honest, right? So I also specialize in influencer marketing. That's one of the jobs that I do for one of the largest corporations on the planet, actually. And what you find is that there's a lot involved in conversion, right? So obviously you've got to get people to your listing page. If you even get a chance at converting them, they have to be on your listing page, right? Once they're there, this is where you need to have all of the information for them to make the decision before they leave, or either go seek out another complementary product, a similar product, right, or competitor. You have to have as much information for them as possible. And so what Amazon has done, if you look at the different types of video, Amazon understands this. They get it. They understand the concept that, yes, a really flashy, high-end, heavily produced video is important. Again, it's that flashing, it's the lure. It's the lure that catches the eye and brings them in. It's not typically the video that's going to actually cause them to decide to purchase, right? There's a reason why unboxing channels, unboxing TikTok channels, all these, these reviewers, these influencers on off-platform channels, there's a reason why they have so many followers. It's because every time someone's shopping for a product, they're going to read all the information. Now they're kind of pretty sure this is what they're looking for, but then they go to TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, to these influencers, to these unboxers. This is where they're going to get their social validation. This is where they're going to hear a different point of view, somebody that's going to walk them through the product, really make sure that's what I want. Then what you're hoping as a brand is you're hoping that they're going to come back to that page and buy yours, right? Amazon understands this. And so what they've done is, if you look at the different types of video spots and real estate that they've put on these pages, they're allowing you access to be able to give the information that they would normally need to go find elsewhere, but you can have it on your listing on Amazon. And so that's what drives conversion, right? That is having all of the information that they need right there in front of them to make the decision to purchase. That's what drives your conversion up. Lack of information will have people jumping to different places, going to different products, going back to the search results to see if there's another one that looks better to them. So having your listing as dialed in as possible is how you're going to affect conversion rates.
And so I just feel like prodding you on one particular point. So clearly Amazon has an objective here, not to lose the traffic to other sites, because who knows if consumers will come back. Hey, there might be another link on some other social media site to buy the product.
Exactly.
But that's social trust. What is Amazon doing specifically to build that social trust, right? Because this is the reason why people go elsewhere. So it's got to be authentic and can't just be, what is Amazon doing in that space? And this is probably a topic in itself, but just share a little bit in terms of what are they doing in that space in and around their influencer program.
So they're encouraging people like me who also make content on those other platforms to make content for their platform. So what they've done is they've gone out and basically said, like, hey, just so you know, instead of just making content over there, you can also make it here. And what's interesting is as I mentioned, I've got years of experience in YouTube and doing unboxings and reviews for mega brands, right? And what I find is, because the conversion rates on these videos is so much higher, ridiculously higher on Amazon than it is off platform, I've almost completely left the off platform video production side of things to exclusively make content on Amazon, because it just makes sense for everybody, right? The brands are happier, I'm happier. It just kind of works really well. And that's kind of what they've done, is they've said, okay, if you're making content over there, you'll see it, especially if you look in their new Amazon Inspire feed. There's a lot of influencers that are very big on TikTok and Instagram that are over here now doing content specifically on Amazon. And that's just Amazon, they see it, they know where to find these people, and they bring them in.
Yeah. Well, it's a whole new ecosystem being built there.
Absolutely.
There's all sorts of follow-up questions, but let me not go there, because we can maybe do another episode just on that. So we've spoken about using video for conversion. What about some other objectives here, like defending your listing, or what else can you use video for?
Absolutely. So this is it's what I found so far is, spending so much time focusing on video on Amazon, is that there is a significant lack in understanding of how video actually operates on Amazon, right? And that's partially because, to be able to affect videos that are in that the videos of this product section, you either need to be the brand, you need to work with an influencer like me, or you need to hope that your other shoppers, the people who have purchased your product, end up making a video, right? That's the only type of video that shows up down there. Yeah. But there's so much more to it. So first of all, one of the big ones in my opinion is, at this point on Amazon, if you're selling on Amazon, you should probably already know this, but if you've got a product on Amazon, there's probably 15, 20, 25 other people or brands selling something either very similar or identical with a different label on it, right? So the competitive space that Amazon has become is harder and harder to compete in, right? And so working with a bunch of agencies, what I've learned is that they're looking for all the little ways that they can tweak a listing, whether it be keywords or titles or descriptions, right? To kind of, to get as button up these listings as much as possible, right? Make them as useful as possible, as informational as possible, and try and find different ways to keep your competitors off your page. And what a lot of people don't understand, and what this slide is showing here specifically, is that video bar down below, which is the videos for this product. There's also a segment. If you don't have roughly 5 or more videos, what's going to happen is you're going to have this other carousel creep in, which is called videos for related products. And I circled that in red right there. That is a space where any brand, any product, any video that's on another listing that is related to yours can show up. So for example, in that specific image that I have right there, the 2 videos for this product are the brands. Those are about that specific ASIN. They are on that page and they're tied directly to the product that you're shopping for. That first video right next to it is a completely different product from a different brand, which is a competitor, right? And so this is where you get into some of the advanced strategy when it comes to video, because if someone's shopping this product and they've gotten down this far to the video section, and as I just talked about how important video is, if for some reason they click that third video and they watch it and they're convinced that that's the product that they want, you just lost a customer, right? And so one of the strategies here is, as I mentioned right here, it's defending your listing by making sure that there is at the very least 5 videos for that specific ASIN down in that bar. That makes sure that videos for related product bar almost never even makes it onto your listing page, right? Just kind of one of those ways that you can just make sure that if people filter through here, there's nothing there. Now, interestingly, if you have no video done, you can have an entire bar of videos for related products, which is just, I mean, that's a field day on your listing for your competitors to be on there. So definitely defending your listing is one thing that you can do using this bar down there for sure.
So really, to me, this sounds like just trying to push them off your page, essentially. Just make sure, push them off. Of course, at some point, they're going to be on page 3 of the carousel, right? But they're not visible. They're not there. So
I don't have the data behind it, but I would imagine that the data on how many people actually click that little tiny gray arrow off to the right over there is probably very minimal. And again, this comes back to having good video. If the first video is informative, shows them everything, walks them through the product, they see everything that's in the box, that might just, that's more than likely going to be enough for them to say, yep, that's the one that I want. And they're off to the races, right? They don't even need to go down into those other videos. And so that's why having compelling content is also so important.
Great. So conversion, defending your ASIN. I think earlier when you and I were chatting before the show, you were talking about, acquiring new customers as well. So tell us a little bit more, for our, how does that work?
Yeah. So I think the next slide, which looks strangely familiar to this one, except the title, is the exact same thing.
Right? Yeah.
Exactly right. This is perfect. And this is by design too, because this is the exact same listing. Now, the thing that you kind of have to consider when you're looking at this is how I explained that third video is a video for a related product, right? Now, one, obviously, as for the people watching this, you want to defend. You want to have 5 videos that are of your product, right? To defend from these, competitive products. But you also have to kind of step back a little bit and think at the same time, when you're considering the fact that competitive product is showing up on this listing because there's only 2 videos, right? How many of the other, listings out there are in the same scenario, right? Let's say on their page, for example, let's just take these earbuds. These are headphones, for example, right? If you are selling a pair of headphones and I create a video for you, we link it to your ASIN. Amazon then understands that this video is related to this ASIN, which is a pair of earbuds or a pair of headphones, right? Now, what that tells Amazon is that video is then related to every other pair of headphones that are currently on Amazon. So when we create a video for your product, it could potentially show up as a related product video on any pair of headphones anywhere on Amazon. So just like theirs is showing up on your page, yours are then it can show up on anybody else's page, right? So what happens is then that just gives you a percentage of, a possibility that while somebody's shopping another pair of headphones, they could click on your video, be interested in your product, and end up coming over and purchasing yours instead, right? So it is it's a defensive and offensive strategy. So the more video you have, I mean, there's really multiple benefits that go along with that, right? And so that's one of those things. And I'll mention this on a side note. We also have, on top of that, just that concept, there is a much more advanced strategy when it comes to seeking out customers on products that's a little bit more strategic and much more effective. But that's a whole other topic. But it's really, really interesting. And so there's
got me very curious now. Care to give it a go in 30 seconds, or
give it a go in 30 seconds? Yeah. Yes. Okay. Let's give it a go in 30 seconds. We can do that. So one of the things that we do, one of the videos that I really love to make, and I found very, very successful, is the concept of complementary product videos. So for example, let's take a water bottle, right? Let's say your product that you sell as the client, as this person here, you sell a water bottle, and we're trying to find more people to buy your water bottle. So we're going to profile that customer, and we're going to say, okay, this person that we want to target with this specific video is someone that goes to the gym, right? What we would do is we'd find 2 additional complementary products that go along with your water bottle. So we say a water bottle, let's say a sweat towel, and we'll say like a water additive that you would put in, after you work out, like an electrolyte powder, right? So we'd consider all 3 of those products. Now I create a video where I talk about 3 of my favorite products for the gym. We talk about your water bottle, the sweat towel, and the water additive. Amazon allows me to link that one video to all 3 of those product pages. Now, when you consider this, anybody that's shopping for a sweat towel because they're going to the gym has then watches that video to learn more about the sweat towels. The very first product that they're going to be introduced to is your water bottle. And right below the video bar is the link directly to the water bottle that they're seeing, right? Same thing goes with that water additive. Now we are in 3 different feeds of customers, right? People who weren't even shopping for a water bottle at the time are shopping for 2 other very related products, and now are seeing your water bottle and potentially going to convert into a customer that was never even looking for your product in the first place. Now we're going to zoom out one more time, right? And we consider that video is linked to a water bottle, a sweat towel, and a water additive. Amazon says, great, this video is related to every water bottle, every sweat towel, and every water additive on Amazon. Now we take that concept of showing up as a complement, as a video for related products. Same thing goes, that thing can show up on water bottles, sweat towels, and water additives across Amazon. So you've taken the virality potential of that video and multiplied it by, I don't know, some percentage, and sometimes I don't do math. So, but it's a huge expansion in potential customer volume that we're never even searching for your product in the first place at that moment.
What a great kind of cross-selling, cross-promoting, cross-pollinating strategy. That's
exactly. Yeah.
That is, it just highlights for me the idea of like really thinking about what you're trying to do, probably doing a bit of research around what your competitors are doing, but also complementary products, trying to sort of, draw a little bit of a space of what does that landscape look like that you're trying to sort of work in from a consumer point of view, and then developing the right strategy around that. So thank you for responding to that call and really explaining that, because that was a super interesting example there, Justin.
Good. Yeah. It's a really cool strategy, and we've seen it. It's when you watch the data metrics on the back end, those videos can really have a ton of traction. It's really, really cool. Yeah.
Wow, fantastic.
Yeah.
Now here, like we all, I think everyone watching, video is sexy, it's great, we love it. But what about costs, right? We know that producing video is definitely more expensive than creating images. How do we make sure that video isn't just a big money pit? A couple of, I don't know what you charge, but imagine it's quite easily a couple of $1,000s. That's a lot of cash for a lot of sellers, right? Sorry, if you're saying actually I only charge less or more than that.
I won't go into exact details on charge the cost, sure, but we're not that expensive, which is good.
Okay.
So definitely,
really good news.
Yes, no, definitely not there. But no, you definitely hit it on the head, because video in the way that we do it is, and I can't speak for any other, video production agency out there, but obviously, yeah, I mean, you know how expensive video is, right? And video, especially with highly produced, all the gear doing the 3D renderings, I mean, those can get very, very expensive. What we do and the type of video that we do is much more organic, and it has to look and feel more organic. It can't be overproduced. We don't do a lot of background music. We're not doing little things coming onto the screen. We're not doing a lot of crazy slide shots and pan shots. It's much more about the information and the product as the main focus of the video. We do use very high quality cameras and microphones and all that kind of stuff, but it has a specific feel and a look, and that's by design, right? The goal is to make it look a specific way, which drives that conversion. Now, when you're looking at these types of videos, for example, one of the nice things about this type of video and the way that we do it is that when we create a video about your product and it's put on your Amazon listing page, it basically lives in perpetuity, right? It just lives on the page. It's not something like PPC ads or other pay mechanisms. There's all those things that you can spend money on. The only way to continue them and keep them moving forward is to continue paying, feeding the machine, right? This is a marketing and sales asset that's focused on conversion and doing all the things that we just talked about, but it lives on your page. You don't have to continue to pay into it on Amazon. It's uploaded and it's just posted there, and it just lives there, and it works day, night, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. And you don't have to pay anything any additional, right? So when you look at it from that perspective, it's a great value from that perspective. If you're doing the defensive strategy, if you're paying attention to that, you're helping keep, one more spot for your competitors to show up off of your page, which doesn't cost you anything additionally. And then with us, we actually bundle up the video with the asset, and we actually deliver that to you. And we give you the ability to use that anywhere that you would like. So you actually, not only do you get a video posted on Amazon and other social platforms, but you also get an asset that you then can use on social media, on your website. You can post it, you can use it wherever you'd like. You can then turn it around, repurpose it, and use it for Amazon video ads, right? You can do all sorts of things with it. So as opposed to, another mechanism of something, and this actually is very interesting too, when you consider the fact that if you pay an influencer or somebody to post on TikTok or Instagram or YouTube, right? We all know that the viewership of that video has a shelf life, right? Yes, it lives on Amazon, TikTok, and Instagram, and on YouTube forever, right? But the algorithms determine how popular a video is, right? On Amazon, that doesn't really come into play. There's no viewership, what do you want to call that? Die off, right? It's people come to your listing, there's the video, right? So however your product is doing, however your listing is doing, the more traffic you're driving, the better the video can help you produce. But it itself is not going to lose visibility like it will on other platforms. So there's a lot of value in this type of video beyond just the fact that a video has been created.
Yeah. I think I've got one more exhibit here from you. I think it's some great stats in terms of what that looks like.
Yep.
Unlimited ROI, really compelling headline.
Very compelling headline. Yes. Yeah. It's not unreasonable to consider the fact that like I said, because the video lives in perpetuity and it's not driven by an algorithm to determine whether people see it or not. That's what I'm talking about. When you talk about unlimited ROI on the conversion rates, on the potential of those, obviously of those sales, the fact that it's going to be showing up as a related product video across Amazon, that's what you have to consider, is the fact that this video just lives there and just does what video does on Amazon. And so potentially over the course of time, you're just looking at it's an unlimited, endless amount of return for a one-time asset that we make.
Yeah, that's such an interesting insight. You're not always trying to push it to the top of the feed or repost or comment or just to keep it kind of from dying, end up in the TikTok basement. Yeah, that's good. Of course, it doesn't mean you have to maintain you don't have to maintain your overall page ranking and put effort and energy into that. Yep. But yeah, to your point, on the page it's there forever in perpetuity.
Just waiting to convert more sales and give your customers more information. Exactly. Yeah.
Cool. Look, that is super awesome. Thank you so much for all those great tips and insights. And and just lifting the lid on video. Clearly there's a lot more out there than just unboxing videos, and it's not just about, hey, providing a little bit more information so more people convert because they have more of their questions answered. Great to see that you can use videos for different objectives, different strategies, not just conversion, defending, acquiring new customers. So thank you for taking us through those examples and giving us a little bit of that know-how that resides within you, Justin.
Absolutely.
Really great. For any viewers that are interested in exploring your services or getting in touch or maybe some advice, how can they reach you? What's the best way?
Absolutely. Yeah. If you go to consumerquest.online, that is our website. There's a contact us form you can put in there. Or subsequently, you can just contact me at JDUBB at consumerquest.online. That'll get directly to me. But if that's too difficult to remember, just head to the website, throw it in the contact form, and it gets right to us, and we'll be right in touch.
We'll make sure to add it in the show notes as well.
Yeah. Awesome.
So great. Well, thank you so much for being on the show, Justin. Thank you for your generosity until until the next episode. Thank you.
Sounds good.
All right, everyone. That was it for today's episode in terms of Marketplace Masters. I hope you found that useful and picked up some really practical tips on how you can grow your brand or your clients' brands through the use of video on Amazon. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time. Goodbye.